What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. My name is Jeremy, and today we're talking a little bit about horror news. Yeah, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. What a shocker. We're talking about horror movies on this page. You know, one day I'm coming out here and I'm talking about My Little Pony the whole time. I don't care. I don't give a shit. We're gonna do it. I'm coming out here. We're talking about ponies tonight. All right? Don't tell me what to do. It's my page, Dawson. Terrifier 3. Psh, My Little Ponies. That's the new name in horror. All right? I'm just kidding. I'm so excited for that movie. Dawson, what's going on, dog? How you doing? How are you and the fish doing tonight? I love it. I can't get enough of it. Look at those peepers. Jeepers creepers. What's up, dog? Welcome in. Julian Perez is saying, yo, what's up, dog? How's it going? What's up? Can't wait for MAXXXINE. Just ignore the court case. I don't really feel the need to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just not. I talked about the court case over on the second channel because I'm just like, man, I don't want this to be like Killjoy Jake's the drama page now. We talk about drama here. Call me Keemstar. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just not my cup of tea. I'll do like a half-assed video on it. I'm just not gonna, I don't know. I guess I just don't care that much. I'm excited for MAXXXINE though. It looks really interesting. And man, finally, we got a release date, ladies and gentlemen. How exciting is that? Like, I don't know. I've been pining for a release date for this movie. We finally got it today. Watch the video that I posted today, too, if you want to learn what it is. I'm not gonna say it. And you know what? It's nowhere else on the internet. Definitely. That's a fact. Paula Fitzhenry, what's going on, Paula? How's it going? Thanks for being a channel member. Really appreciate your support. You're at a restaurant? Nice. What restaurant? Doing a little Applebee's? Maybe something even crazier, like an Outback Steakhouse? Oh, Outback. I love it. You're doing some grocery shopping first, too? Okay. All right. Hell yeah, Paula. Run it. Run it up. Sounds like a crazy, what is it, Wednesday? Crazy Wednesday night. Jackie, how's it going? Love the profile picture. Welcome in, my friend. We need a new Killjoy movie and faint wait to see art at a, you can't wait. You can't wait to see art in the mall, T3. Yes, I'm so excited, Jackie. I'm hyped. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Those set pictures have a certain organ in my body filling up with blood. That's all I'm gonna say. Wild Boy Movies is saying, what's up, dude? I finally got my review out on a certain Ghostface killer from 96. Damn. Well, I'm so curious. I'm so curious what you thought of it. What are your thoughts on Scream? I want to review Scream. I would formally review Scream on this page. I don't know what to say. Like, I've thought about it so many times. I'm like, what can I say about that film that hasn't probably already been said, you know, so many times before? I think about that a lot because I think I would love to do reviews on these movies, but with older flicks like that, you know, I'm just like, what can I add to the conversation? Like, there's a lot I can say about Screams 5 and 6. These are fresher movies. They've only been around for a couple of years, you know, but that's awesome though, Wild Boy Movies. I'm curious what you put out. And hopefully you're not as much of a stickler as I am for these things. Hoffman Edits, how's it going, dog? Jake, have you noticed my 2024 will be amazing? Good. Keep up the good intentions, my friend. I love it. It'll be amazing. What do you think of Spiral from the Book of Saw? Watched it last night and you didn't mind it. I enjoy it. It's not my favorite, you know? Not my favorite from the whole franchise, but I still think it's a good Saw movie, man. I mean, it's got some great traps. I actually really like the Detective Zeke Banks. That's his name, right? I think he's a good character. I don't know. Chris Rock, he does it for me. Some people were like, I don't know. You know, I don't know if Chris Rock works here. I thought it was great. The sequences with him and Sam Jackson, too, excellent moments of drama. I don't know. It feels a little different than your typical Saw movie, and I think that's why some people weren't crazy about it. Just the flow of things, you know, it's still a cop drama, right? But it's a little more focused on that, where that's a bit more in the background, and some of the other Saw flicks. So I think that's where people were kind of like, I don't know about that. It was very, very cop oriented, you know. It was almost more like a Seven or you know, just something Seven. Seven is the only movie I can think of off the top of my head that's like that. It feels a little more like that in my opinion, but I still really enjoyed it. I think it's a good entry. Is it, you know, top of my list or anything like that? No, but it's a fun movie. It's a good time. Garrett Peck is with us. What's up, Garrett? Saw a fantastic movie the other night. Anyone caught Found? I have not seen Found. But Hoffman Edits is also interested. Hoffman Edits. I love that we have some Saw representation in here. I'm so excited for Saw 11, by the way. I can't wait. Excited for that. So this movie's on Tubi. You highly recommend it. Crosses many lines. I like movies that cross lines, push boundaries. Some of these movies are worth a watch, tell you what. Talia is with us tonight. What's up? How's it going? Love, I could make it. You love that you could make it to the stream. Hell yeah, Talia. I'm so glad you're here too. I love that you're here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you a bunch. Where did my drink go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I am not sponsored, but I'm a proud member of the Panera Sips Club. I'm taking this company for everything they're worth. I can't believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is not sponsored, but I'm going to go on a rant about this. You can pay $12 a month to Panera, and you just get unlimited drinks. Like whenever you want. You can just go there. You just be like, give me a drink. And they'll be like, okay, $12 a month. I am sucking this company dry. Literally and figuratively. Not sponsored again. But I'm just saying, I'm like, this is insane. Like, I have definitely spent more than $12 there for free. Okay, anyways. Ty Lee is saying, thoughts on Cult of Chucky. Probably gonna watch it tonight. I like Cult. Curse and Cult are fun movies, man. Better than the TV show. Certainly better than the TV show, Ty. I don't know. Cults, I think, is a step down from Curse, but it's still fun. It's got, like, this kind of our... Kind of the first big time we have like a bunch of Chuckies running around, but to me it's not as like in your face ridiculous as the TV show gets. It's like it's still a little restrained, and I think I'm only saying that because my latest exposure to Chucky was the show, which I just think goes way too far off the rails. But Cult is a good amount of going off the rails, a good amount of cheese, in my opinion, for me to enjoy it, still be able to follow it, and it's not just nonsense. So I don't know. I really like Cult of Chucky. I think it's a really fun movie. I think the ending has been thwarted by the show. Personally, I think that has retroactively sucks now because of where it went, but it's still interesting. Still a cool movie, minus that. We also have Infinite Sky with us. Howdy do. Howdy, friend. How you doing? Welcome in. Melissa is saying Jeremy, though, was Jake. No, my name is Jeremy. That's why it's called Killjoy Jeremy. I'm just messing with you, Melissa. Welcome in. Mr. Rick, you're a member. Thank you. Love the profile picture, too. You already know. I think what they should do with Scream is have a brand new story. So the way if anything is worked out with the other actors in the future, someone else buys the rights to Scream, they could pick it up. I think so. I've heard some crazy shit lately about Scream 7, man, and I my faith in it is I don't know, it's dwindling faith. But you know what, man, whatever they do with it, I'm happy to have another movie. That's where I'm at. I'm not someone who believes that a sequel can ruin a past film. Like, say what I just said about Cult of Chucky, right? I still think it's a fun movie. It's still really fun. Has the show retroactively kind of ruined an aspect to it? Maybe. But does that mean the whole movie sucks? No. I would say no. It's still a really fun movie. I still really enjoy it. I don't think that a sequel is going to ruin the original film. I can just block that out. Some people can't, and I respect that. But I'm here for it, man. I'm excited to see what they do. If they make a reboot, though, I just once again feel like it's in poor taste. I feel like it's in poor taste with everything that's happened. How we've fired certain people for maybe not the best reasons. I don't know, man. I think I'm down for a Scream reboot. I was down for a Scream reboot, before everything happened last November. But now I'm like, man, that's really just kicking the shit up in Melissa Barrera's face and Jenna Ortega's face and Neve Campbell's face. That's how it's gonna come across to me as a longtime fan. I guess I don't want to sound all like, oh man, like I can't believe they're doing this. But I don't know. I'm here for a Scream reboot, just not now, not right now, man. Mr. Rick, thanks for being a member, though. I really appreciate you. Hollywood Guys throwing $5 out there. Dude, thank you for the support, man. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Saying, hello, Jake. If they made a movie about Jake, who would play Jake? Well, what if I said Chris Pratt? No, I'm just... That'd be so weird. Oh my god. You know what I really want? I want to be an animated cat, and I want Chris Pratt to voice me. That's what I want if they ever do a biopic. That's call it Garfield 3 too, because they're gonna make 2 of them. That's what I want. That's all I could ever wish and hope and pray for. No, but man, I'm working on this new short film. Good segue, I hope. I don't know. I'm working on this new short film right now. I'm really excited for it. Man, it's just going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to get back into that seat. It's been a little while since I've worked on a film because I've been busy with all this, and it's been a lot of fun, but I'm excited just to, shift gears. It's been a lot. I'm doing a lot lately. It's just a lot of updates, a lot of making videos, a lot of working on production shit. But it is refreshing to work on a short film and not a feature. I tried to work on a feature in 2023. Now I'm just working on a short film. It's like, wow, you can do this in like 2 months. This is gonna be 2 months of work, and we're gonna have a whole short film under our belts. I'm like, damn, that's crazy to me. Like with Red Right Hand, that was a 2-year commitment. That was like insanity, and then we tried to get something going last year. It just didn't end up happening. But I don't know, man. I'm hyped, man. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get this going. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hollywood guy, I hope you dig it, man. And I'll have a little update for you tomorrow at some point. So thanks for the $5, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a member. Update on the movie, by the way, is coming for Patreon and channel members exclusively. So if you want to know what's going on, what we're up to, then there you go. Check it out, dog. Appreciate the $5 though. It means a whole lot, dog. Appreciate you a bunch. Alex19881 is saying, Jake, are you familiar with Pamela, aka Sista Pam? Oh, I know about Sista Pam. And I like saying her name a lot. Sista Pam! I can't stop saying it, in fact. You should invite her to appear on a live stream. She has compiled over 50 pieces of evidence that Stu Macher is alive. She is incredible with her research. That is one of my favorite things about her channel. I love how in-depth she gets with a lot of her theories. Very badass stuff there. Love it. What was it? I did a video on Christina Carpenter, and I said, oh my God, like I could do a good video on this, but Sista Pam already has. Holy shit. Her, like, some of this shit she pointed out about that character, I was like, wow, really maybe rethink this character in general. I still don't want her to be in the movies, and I still think it's pointless, but I think it's really interesting, some of the research she was able to do on that character. I thought that was really cool. So I have mad respect for her channel. If you have not subscribed to Sista Pam, I mean, that name alone, if you're not subscribing for that, and if she doesn't say that in that voice, I'd be a little disappointed, but go subscribe. She's great. She's awesome. I love her page. Hell yeah, Alex. VKD is with us tonight. You're saying I drank the lemonade from them and almost died. Yeah, I don't recommend this. This is the shit that, like, I'm not trying to make a joke or anything. Like, this actually does kill people. But I need energy, and that's why I'm able to talk this fast, is because of all my caffeine input. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. 0 out of 10 recommend. But yeah, we're not gonna get any deeper into that. I like it. It tastes good, and it only makes my heart feel like this a little bit. So we're chilling, man. We're chilling. Who else is with us tonight? Blucka is saying Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4 ruins more than a film. They ruin a franchise. See, what ruins that franchise for me is the fact that Victor Salva, he exists and does what he does. That's what ruins them for me. Like, that's a film doesn't do that. It's just the fact that, wow, the director is a pedophile. Okay, well, that sucks. Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4, they suck, but it's like they're not so bad to the point where I can't watch 1 and 2. It's the director that makes me not want to watch 1 and 2. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, man, if that bugs you, I get it, dog. It's all good. Mr. Rick is saying, what's on your shirt? I was curious before watching your video. Dude, great question, Mr. Rick. So here, I'm gonna take your comment down real quick, but I don't want to show what's here. There's a word on there that YouTube doesn't like, but this is a Yurdy G sweatshirt. If you guys listen to Yurdy G, I recommend him. I think he's got some really cool music. I talked about him in a video recently because he released a new track. He's a rapper. He usually does rap music, but he's working on like this new metal stuff, which I really like personally. It's it's very like Limp Bizkit inspired kind of music. I like that. I know some people don't, but I vibe with it. I really like that new track from him. I cannot remember for the life of me which video that was, but I had a link to the song and everything too. Check it out though, it's great. I think it's just called Fuck You. Like, that's the title. Gotta love that, man. Great stuff from him though. He's a great friend. He's sending me another hoodie too, which, like, dude, I'm fucking hyped about. It's gonna be awesome. So I don't know, I'm just excited. Melissa's saying I need your energy. Well, you can I swear to God, this is not sponsored. You can get that energy in a cup for free, like every couple of hours at Panera, Sips Club or whatever. Not sponsored, seriously. Like, no affiliation with Panera, except that I am one of their, I do consume their products probably far too often. Okay, anyways, let's get back to this. Scott Royston, thanks for being a member. He would have to be someone who is high on sugar and talks a lot. I mean, that sounds like me. That sounds a whole lot like me, Scott. Tell you what. Chase is asking, do I like Terrifier 1 or 2 better? Great question. I definitely like 2 better, but I respect 1. I think I like 1 more now because of 2. You go back and watch that first movie, you can see a lot of the stuff that Damien was trying to set up. I think that's really cool, personally. The biggest thing is the cat lady with the baby doll, dude. Like, that is clearly trying to set up the whole little pale girl element. I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. Like, I never thought that would go anywhere, but it did. It wasn't just some weird, creepy thing that he was trying to do. A lot more to it than just that. I thought that was really interesting, really in-depth. Crazy. I wonder if that's been a thing he's been trying to set up this whole time, or if that was something he just came up with. I'm not sure, but regardless, I vibe with it. I think it's really cool. Little Pale Girl is a great addition to Terrifier 2. I think she is absolutely hilarious and disgusting, disturbing, if that as well. Kai Karate edits. Is that karate, or is there something else going on there? Regardless, I love it. What's up, dude? Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. Hi, Jake. Loved the video today. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I got another one tomorrow because today has been the most insane day for horror news in my career. I wish I was joking. I mean, dude, every hour today there was another update. I'm like, I can't keep up with this. I can't. This is insane. I was so happy though. There's some updates today that had me rolling, losing my fucking mind. It was awesome. I mean, yesterday with the MAXXXINE stuff. Today we got a bunch of updates on Abigail, which I couldn't get to. Guys, I'm so sorry. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow though. I have a Melissa Barrera themed update tomorrow. Literally everything I did this on purpose, which I think is gonna be really fun. Every update that I'm talking about tomorrow somehow involves Melissa Barrera. How that ended up happening, I don't know, but you guys you'll see. There's 3 or 4 updates and all of them involve her. And I'm like, no way, dude, that's so cool. So I did that on purpose. Everything I talked about today was all the other stuff I'm interested in. And then tomorrow you'll get some more stuff on that. So I appreciate that you loved the video though. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Thanks for watching, my friend. Who else is with us? Gotta make sure I say hi to all the members. So, Sean. What's up, Sean? How's it going? I love the profile picture, dog. Ted smoking a bong, love it. When do you think the MAXXXINE trailer will come out? Well, so now we know the movie's coming out July 5th. See, I told you the release date. Told you I was gonna. July 5th, the movie's coming out. Little July 4th, release weekend. That's pretty cool. So I'm imagining if it's coming out in July, we'll probably get a trailer next month. It would be my guess. We have a lot of big releases this year, and we have, sorry, not this year. We have a lot of big releases towards the end of the month and the beginning of April. It would make sense to start marketing that around, Abigail's release. That's kind of my thinking. That comes out April 5th, if I'm remembering correctly, or top of April, sometime around then. I could see the trailer coming out around the same time, market that movie with that, because think about it, right? Who's going to see Abigail? All of the Scream fans who are like, oh, Melissa Barrera's in a new movie. Cool. Let's go check it out. They're going to definitely be curious about a new slasher. There are people out there who don't know about MAXXXINE, and they'll see that trailer. They'll be like, what? No way. We got to see this, dude. Mia Goth in a new horror movie. Oh my God. And they all talk like that too. That is across the board. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. I was thinking about that today though. When are we going to see a trailer? Probably top of April would be my somewhat educated guess, I guess. Scott Royston is not on the Stu train, saying Stu is not alive. Get over the Stu train, people. Otherwise, they would all be alive. Man, here's my thing, right? Spyglass is pretty desperate, okay? A lot of bad press. A lot of people saying some not nice things about Spyglass. In fact, I see a lot of people calling him Spy Ass. Get wrecked, Gary Barber. No, I think that's really funny though. But in reality, they're desperate, man. They need a win. Would bringing Matthew Lillard back into Scream 7, would that not be a win for them? Listen, it might not be a win for the majority of fans, but there's a vocal minority that would lose their minds over that. And here's the other thing too, right? Even if that happens and it totally sucks, people are gonna go to the theaters to see it. Listen, I will say, I say a lot about Fast X. I don't think it's a good movie, but I'm obsessed with it. It is so bad to the point where I can't believe it's real. That's where I'm at with Fast X. I own it. I own the steelbook for Fast X because it's a marvel of cinema. I don't understand how that happened. Like, I don't get it. It's one of those like once in a lifetime movies because of how much money got poured into that script. That's insane to me. And I love it. The same thing could happen with Scream 7. I know some Scream fans are hearing this right now and they're like, Jesus Christ, that sounds like a disaster. And I'm like, it kind of is, but I mean, what isn't a disaster with the Scream franchise right now? Spyglass just wants to make money. They have made that unbelievably clear lately, and that makes me sad. That makes me think that whatever Scream 7 is going to be, it's just going to be a cash grab. So will Stu come back? Would it make any logical sense? No, but I could totally see the studio doing that just to put butts in seats. Matthew Lillard's popping right now too with Five Nights at Freddy's. This is nothing new. I've been saying this for a long time. I don't want it to happen. I love Matthew Lillard, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't make any sense. And so far, I would say the Scream franchise has taken itself pretty damn seriously. It's always been a little soap opera-y, but for the most part, it's grounded. It's got some really interesting commentary on the real world. And I like it. It strikes a good balance between, most of the time, between campiness and grounded horror. It's fun. I think it's always going to be really fun. But I don't know. Will they do that for the next one? It's not out of the realms of possibility, even though I don't want it to happen. So there you go. There you go, dog. That's what I'll tell you. That's my thoughts on the matter at the moment. Matthew's popping right now, dude. I mean, get him in anything and people are going to watch it. His resurgence is happening as we speak. Slashing it with Matt. Dude, I was just editing our podcast today. Should see that by tomorrow, by the way. Sorry, I'm so late on it. Throwing $2 out there saying, so excited we have a release date for MAXXXINE. Fuck yeah, dog. I can't wait for this movie. I have so much hype for this movie. I like this. Terrifier 3 is number one, okay? Terrifier 3 is the number one thing I'm excited for this whole year. But MAXXXINE, I think that's number two, man. Listen, Ty West put out not one, but two of the best horror movies of 2022. He put out two of them, dog. I can't think of another time that has happened, at least for me, where I was like, wow, a director put out two of the best movies of the year, in my opinion, respectfully. I can't remember the last time that has happened. I am highly anticipating MAXXXINE. I have so much hype for it. I hope it's good. Mia Goth has promised us that it's the best script of the three, too. And this is honestly the one I feel like is the most mysterious. Like, we know a little bit about it, especially after that lawsuit. Learned a little more about some of the side characters. So we know it's going to be about that. I don't want to call him a cult because I don't have confirmation there. But we do know it's going to be a little bit about the religious group that MAXXXINE escaped from to go and be a, porn actress. So that's really the biggest facet of it that I'm curious about. The cast is amazing too. Kevin Bacon, Giancarlo Esposito, Halsey, Emily Debicki. Is that what it is? I'm all off the top of my head. So if I get something wrong, apologies. But I'm so excited for this movie, Matt. I think it's going to be so good. I don't know. I can't wait. There's nothing about this movie where I'm just like, oh, but there's that, you know what I mean? No, everything. Well, okay, the lawsuit, but everything else about the fictional movie itself, very excited for it. I think this is going to be really good movie. I can't wait for it. Matt, thank you for the $2, man. Really do appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Can't wait for the podcast coming out tomorrow. CM Chunk, it's getting chunky in here. Oh my God, is that the dude from? Wait, is your profile picture the dude that says "Get Real"? Is that who that is? That's so funny. You can't think Fast X is more ridiculous than 9 where they go to space. Dude, it is though. Listen, the whole sequence in Italy, I think is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Nothing tops that. Nothing. And I'm almost at the point where I need to do a video breaking down Fast X and how insane it is. I'm almost at that point. I have watched the movie so many times, ladies and gentlemen. I have yet to see a film that tops that movie in ridiculousness. I love it. It's a masterpiece. It really is. Like, I'll laugh at me all you want. Fast X is a masterpiece of bad cinema. It's fancy. It's a 10 out of 10 and a 0 out of 10 at the same time. I've never seen anything like it. Nothing even comes close. Fast 9's ridiculous, dude. I mean, they go to space. That whole sequence is insane, but Fast X is nonstop. It's like every scene of that movie gets more ridiculous than the last scene, and I'm just like, wow. There's an entire action sequence in Fast X where they didn't have a director. Like, what? Has that ever happened with a movie of that budget? That's insane to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's so much I could break down Fast X all day, man. I want to make a whole video about it. I love it. It's a masterpiece. It's great, dude. It's great. I'm sorry. This is a horror show, right? Like we're 26 minutes into this, and I've talked about Fast X the most? That's so funny, man. I can't get over it. It's too funny. Too funny of a movie. What do you guys want to talk about though? Because I'll keep talking about fucking Dom Toretto all day if nobody stops me. So, Bobby, what's up, dog? How's it going? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Your least most favorite screams to least. Okay, your least to most favorite. I gotcha. So 2 is your least favorite. Is that what you're saying, or is it the other way, or vice versa? They wouldn't be vice versa, just the other way around. That's the wrong way to say that. I think that's what you mean. So like 2 is your favorite, 4 is your least favorite. Okay, all right. I respect it, man. Some people love 2. Some people just love that. Some people love that movie. I dig it. It's a really fun movie. Shot really well. Infinite Sky is saying, yeah, I found your page, no problem. Cool. Hell yeah. Thumbs up. Chase is saying, I don't know if you've answered this, but do you think Art could be Sienna's father? I did a whole video talking about this, Chase, because it's something I've been curious about too. I don't think he's her father, but I do think that Art has a very strange connection to her father. I actually think that you'll remember from the film, they talked a little bit about how Sienna's father died from a tumor, which made him like essentially go crazy. This is, almost directly ripped from that one scene where the teenage couple is like talking in the car. That tells me that was Art the Clown somehow manifesting in his brain, because if you remember, there was a deleted ending for Terrifier 2 that had to be changed because of Malignant. So what ended up happening, what was going to happen at the end of Terrifier 2 was Art the Clown was going to like basically grow out of the back of Vicky's head and like kill her. You know what I mean? Just like in what happened in Malignant. They had to change it because that movie came out and it's like, yeah, well, we're just ripping off Malignant at this point. That movie's already out. Terrifier 2 hadn't released yet. So to me, what I think is that whatever Art the Clown is, or whatever, demon thing that he's possessed by, whatever, I think that somehow it works as like a virus, which you'll hear me talking about how like there's a demon virus thing going on in the background of the Terrifier movies. That's why I say that, because there's so much, there's a lot of proof that would suggest that somehow Art the Clown is able to manifest inside of people and grow out of them. Now, they changed it. Don't forget, they changed the ending of Terrifier 2. Now Art the Clown's severed head gets birthed out of Vicky. So maybe the rules are different now. Maybe we've changed that. That's another thing I've thought about, and I actually want to make a follow-up video to this video that I'm talking about. Because, wow, I just read a comment that completely made me lose my train of thought. Jesus Christ. No, but I do believe they might do a follow-up to that. They might change the rules. He might not be like a Malignant style killer where it's like he can like grow out of people like a tumor. It might be something different than that now, because that might be too similar to Malignant still. So maybe that carries through into Terrifier 3 and he's something else. Maybe the lore has changed because of the James Wan film. I'm not sure. I'm honestly, it's really something to think. It's really something to debate and argue about. Have they kept that the same? Is this going to carry through into 3 or not? We'll just have to see. Chase, we're not that far away from it, man. We got, like 7 months or so? I'm so excited. Like, I cannot wait to see this. I don't think he's Sienna's father, though. But we'll just have to find out. I do believe they're connected, but not that connected. not so connected to the point where they're the same character. El Dante has been a member for a month. Dude, thank you, El Dante. I appreciate the support, man. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is slaying it. I hope so too, El Dante. I love that. I love the energy behind this. You got a whole lot of excitement there, man. I dig it. I dig it a lot, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good energy. Thank you for the support, my friend. I really appreciate you. A whole month really does mean a lot. Thank you, El Dante. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Sean, the message you put in there is the one that really made me lose my train of thought, man. I made a joke about this. I'm going to throw it up on screen. I don't care if YouTube demonetizes me. I made a joke about this in my stream the other day, but dear God, you just spelled it all out. Spelled it all out for the kids to see. That's horrible. Thanks for being a member, but what the fuck? Oh my God. Oh. Erica's with us tonight. What's up, Erica? How's it going? Off topic, but I so love that Art doesn't talk and just mock laughs at everything. Yeah, he just kind of goes like, I love it. It's so funny. Cracks me up every time. He's just a goofy guy, I think Art the Clown movies, like all the Terrifier flicks, they're literally just, this guy is just going out for a fun Saturday night, Like that's that's what these movies are at this point. Like, it is just Art the Clown going out on the town, having a blast. He's having a ball, dude. He's like a kid in a candy store just ripping people to shreds. It's so funny. I love it. I can't get enough of it, Erica. It's great stuff. Welcome in. I see you waving at me down there. Hello. Welcome. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. El Dante saying, what's happening tonight? What's the latest? Dude, there's so much. I don't even know where to start. They're remaking Cujo. Melissa Barrera's in a bunch of movies. That was really general, huh? So yeah, a bunch of stuff came out today about Abigail, which is, of course, the new movie from Radio Silence. It stars Melissa Barrera, Giancarlo Esposito's in it, Dan Stevens is in it, Catherine Newton is in it. Oh my God, it's going to be so fucking good. I can't wait. Very excited for this movie. Looks badass. We got some new photos from it, which I'll be talking about tomorrow. But we also got some photos from, what is it called? Your Monster? Hang on, let me throw this up real quick. I got it saved here, yeah. Horror romance, Your Monster, starring Melissa Barrera, gets North American distribution from Vertical. So that was a little update today. I'll be talking about it tomorrow. She looks like Bride of Frankenstein in these brand new photos. And it's really interesting to me. I'm curious what this is all about. Like I said, I'm going to do some more research on it for tomorrow's video, but really excited for this movie. It looks cool. And we also have an update on I Know What You Did Last Summer. The writer has teased some interesting things about the upcoming requel. Do we call it a requel, remake, reboot? I don't know, man. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Very, very hyped for that too. And that does have a connection to Melissa Barrera. We'll talk about that tomorrow, though. Gotta leave you with something, you know, El Dante. Gotta leave you with some kind of something to keep you interested. Allie, what's up, dog? How's it going? I heard Terrifier 3 will be releasing October 25th, 2024. You would be correct, my friend. That is when it comes out. Very excited for it. It's coming out the same day as The Wolfman, coming from Lee Winnell and Blumhouse. Now, while Blumhouse releases this year, don't have me all that excited. Be honest, today's Imaginary update actually does have me a little excited for that film, which I'm seeing tomorrow. I don't know. Will it be good? It looks a little generic. Who knows? Who knows if it'll be good or not? But The Wolfman, I'm very excited for it because it's coming from Lee Winnell. Okay, my man. Last thing he did was The Invisible Man from 2020, banger, and before that, an even bigger banger, Upgrade from 2018. If you guys have not seen either of those, you're missing out. Like some of the best horror movies from those years. Upgrade is, in my opinion, the most underrated horror flick from the 2010s, an entire decade of movies. This is the one that I would say is the most underrated. So good. It is an easy 10 out of 10. I love it. I love every second of it. It's fantastic. And Invisible Man is also great. Like phenomenal. And this is probably going to feel a little more like Invisible Man, like a reimagining of an old story. Invisible Man, I thought, was really good because it's not what you think, right? It's not exactly the same, like guy, just turns invisible, he's evil, crashes a fucking train, no, it's not. This is a whole different take on the same idea, a different kind of evil. And I thought it was really interesting. It focuses more on the victims versus the man himself who's invisible. It's a great movie. It's shot really well. Lee Winnell uses this crazy gimbal for a lot of action sequences in both Upgrade and Invisible Man. It's gorgeous. Like, I love it. I love the way it's shot. I hope they have something like that in this new Wolfman movie. And the cast is phenomenal. I know some people might have heard about it being Ryan Gosling. That's not happening anymore. Ryan is producing the film, though, which I think is cool. Christopher Abbott is playing the Wolfman this time around. You might have seen him in Possessor from Brandon Cronenberg. Dude he's got a wolfy vibe to him. So I'm like, okay, hey, I'm here for it, dog. Seems cool. I'm here for it. Point being, though, we're getting a double feature, Terrifier 3 and that movie. Same day, calling it Wolf of Fire. Fuck it. Wolf of Fire double feature. Let's run it in October, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Ramos is asking a great question here, dude. What's your favorite VHS tape from the VHS movies? So I think for the people who have heard me talk, for the people who have unfortunately listened to me talk since 2021, I think a lot of you know what my favorite tape is. Hail Ratma. But there are so many good ones. I mean, I think every single VHS movie has a fucking solid banger. At least one banger in all 6 of those movies. But my favorite one is in VHS 94 Sewer Drain. I love it. I love every second of that short. It is so over the top. It is so ridiculous. It's so cryptic. Cryptic? Yeah. Cryptic and gross. I love it. I love every second of it. That rat creature, too, haunts my nightmares. Ratma is amazing. Hail Ratma. Go to the Hayride Ratmas. God, I love that short so much. I'm so excited for VHS 7, which comes out later this year. We'll probably have some kind of crazy subtitle to it, but we don't know about that yet. No directors announced or nothing yet. They're probably working on it now, would be my guess, or maybe over the summer. But I'm highly anticipating it, very excited. I loved the last 3. They were a lot of fun. I can't wait. You know, they're not movies to take very seriously, right? They're cryptic found footage, which is like one of my favorite subgenre in horror. A lot is left to the imagination, which I know some people can't really get into. But for me, it's my bag. It's my cup of tea. I love it. I love when things are left to be a mystery, because I just feel like you can keep going back and rewatching it and formulating new theories every single time. Like, I have theories about Ratma. I have theories about the Harpy Girl from the original VHS. I have theories about the sex demons from VHS Viral. There's so much that you can talk about with these characters all day, every day. I love it. I love watching these movies with friends too, because then you can kind of, you know, have a whole conversation about the insane shit you just watched and how it unfolded. I don't know. It's great. Love these movies to death. I hope they make 100 more of them, personally. The formula has been great too, I think. For all these movies, they just get these like pretty big horror directors, which builds a lot of hype. Dude, Scott Derrickson did a segment for the last one, which was maybe my favorite. David Bruckner's segment was also so good, though. I don't know. VHS 85 I got to do a rewatch of. You know what? I'm watching that tonight because I've only seen that one twice. I've seen the other ones countless times. So much fun, though. Love those movies. Ty, if you had to choose, you would go the Wake. That one was cool. Yeah, that one was a good little slow burn. I loved that one. And the Zombie Park in VHS 2, dude, that one's hilarious. That the zombies invading like a little girl's birthday party, that's so funny. Like my dark humor heart can't help but laugh at that whole sequence. So good. Love it, man. Denisha is with us. What's up? What's up? Welcome in, Denisha. Appreciate you. Thanks for being a channel member, and thank you so much for being a mod as well. It means a whole lot. Welcome in. Welcome in. JT Owsley is saying, my 4 favorite horror movies of the 2020s so far: Terrifier 2, Pearl, Barbarian, and Evil Dead Rise. Better than Screams 5 and 6. Yeah, I agree. I like Screams 5 and 6, but Evil Dead Rise, whew, mwah, chef's kiss. Loved it. Hard to disagree with that list. That is an epic top 4 from the 2020s, dude. Damn. I don't even know what I would change. I think all 4 of those are easy contenders for best horror movies of this decade so far. You know, something, JT, that I've been meaning to do at the end of this year, I think, because we'll be at the halfway point of the 2020s at the end of this year. Not at the end of next year. I know some of y'all are going to say that, but no, at the end of this year will be the halfway point. Genuinely thinking about like what's my top 10 for the decade so far? For the last 5 years, what would that be? I don't even, honest to God, I don't know. Like, what would my top 10 be? I will say, I think all 4 of those movies, yeah. All 4 of those movies are on that list for sure. Terrifier 2, Pearl, Barbarian, Evil Dead Rise. I would put The Invisible Man from Lee Winnell that we were talking about earlier. Ty, dude, great suggestion. The Wrong Turn remake, I think that's up there for me as well. Very underrated. That would probably be like number 10, I'll be honest. That would probably be at the bottom of the list, but that Wrong Turn remake, that was good. And so underrated. No one talked about it, man. That made me so sad. It was so brutal. Like, oh, God, it was a brutal movie. Say what you want about the social commentary, but damn. That was a brutal fuck. That was upsetting. I had nightmares about that movie. That was awesome. Connie Cleary has just gifted a Killjoy Jake membership. Connie, I absolutely love you and your bird. Hell yeah. Or maybe you are the bird. I don't know. I'm not 100%. You know, birds are pretty smart. They can talk and shit. I'm scared of them. I don't fuck with birds for that reason. They can talk, man. Okay? What else can they do? What are they hiding from us, Connie? I'm so kidding, by the way. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Sorry I'm being so crazy tonight. I can't help it. But thank you. Who got it? Who ended up getting it? Wait, hang on. Garrett Peck. You've just become a member. Welcome. Drink the Kool-Aid. There's nothing else in it. You'll be fine. Thank you so much, Garrett. Really appreciate you. Check out the updates for my short film. You can check that out as a Patreon member exclusively. But remember, for those who do know about it, hush hush. Keep it on the DL. Erica is saying the only thing I liked about Scream 6 was her stab scene because she went off. Very good scene. I really liked that. Hell yeah. That we can agree on. I like Screams 5 and 6. I mean, they're not without their problems, but I enjoy them. They're very, very fun movies. Jackson, what's up? Hello. Hello. One might say hello. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. Who have I not said hello to yet? Field of Screams. I love a field of screams. I love that name so much. What's up, dog? How's it going? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Zack-a-lantern is saying hello. I love that name too. What's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. What do you want to talk about tonight? Throw something out there because I just like talking about I just like talking about Fast X, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Infinite Sky is saying you saw Wrong Turn 2021 too. It was so good, but criminally underrated. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like no one was in the theater. I was like, man, I can't believe no one's here. Like, I know it's a remake of Wrong Turn, not the biggest horror franchise ever, but I was kind of blown away, man. I was not going into that one with the highest expectations, and I was like, wow, okay, that was pretty cool. The social commentary was slick. It wasn't, I don't think it was perfect, but it was fun. Nowak wasn't a fan of it. That's the biggest, and this is the biggest criticism of it. Really wasn't a fan of the Wrong Turn remake. They messed with the DNA too much. Felt like a cash grab. Definitely was not the same thing. But as you guys might know, I am personally of the opinion that I don't want to see horror movies do the same thing over and over and over again. And the Wrong Turn franchise has very much so done that in all of its 6 predecessors, I feel personally. Now, this is a movie that was made by the original person who did the first one too. So that's why I don't feel like it's a cash grab. You know what I mean? Like if this was a new guy that came in there, just used the name to make whatever the fuck, and it was like, whatever, I would agree. But I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Alan B. McElroy, I believe, wrote the script. And then Mike P. Nelson, right, directed that one. He did a VHS segment in the new VHS film that I really enjoyed. I get not liking it though. I totally get not liking it because it is not the same as the other Wrong Turn movies. But I don't know. That's why I appreciated it, man. They took a concept that was already standing and they did something so different with it. I really appreciated that. I was like, okay, all right, man. For me, I felt like there was love put into it, even if you're not as crazy about the concept. I was really feeling it. I was really vibing with it. The kills are messed up. Oh, I don't know. It worked for me personally. Let's talk Terrifier 3. You're like, God, can you just shut up about Dom Toretto, dude? I don't care. This is not a Fast and Furious page. It is now. I'm kidding. No. Terrifier 3, dude, I'm hyped, man. We should be getting an update later this week. Don't ask how I know that, but ooh. I may or may not know some stuff that you guys don't, and I can't talk about it yet. But we're getting a big update soon. I don't know when, probably later this week, from what I've heard. I'm really excited, man. I can't wait. I think it's going to be great. And like I said, updates coming. Updates coming real soon. I can't say nothing about it now, but soon. It'll all be public real soon here. Kai Karate Edits is saying, appreciate you, Jake. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a cult member, dude. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. You're the one who's awesome, buddy. Goku Cena is saying, hey, Jake, what would you do if Scream 7 was Ghostface going after big YouTube movie critics and the Ghostface killers actually win in the end? So you're saying, what if Ghostface came after me? That's you're saying. What? You're like, hey, Jake. What if Ghostface actually got you in real life, dude? You just want me to shut up, I think, is what you're getting at. No, dude, I'm here for that. That's funny, man. I listen, I can take a joke. I'm here for it. I think that what's interesting about Scream 7, something that I'm, both concerned about, but also very curious about at the same time, is what is going to be the social what is going to be the commentary in this movie? All 6 of these movies have something to say about the horror genre. Even 6, 6 had a lot of commentary on the franchise itself, which was cool. But I'm curious what 7 is going to be all about. I think it's going to be a messy movie. I'll be honest with the few things I know about it. I feel like it's going to be messy. I feel like it's going to be all over the place. They're going to try to just put anything together to make a movie at this point. I hate to sound so cynical, but I'm scared. I'm very scared about Scream 7, man. A lot of bad things have happened. I've talked some trash about Screams 2 and 3. For their production issues or how they were rushed, whatever. But man, this might take the cake for production issues, man. Scream 3, I still think is at the top of that list, but this is getting close. That's what I'll say. Whew, man, I don't know. I'm curious what it's going to be, and I think that's going to be the part of the film that is going to be the most heavily criticized. Now, once again, we don't have a director. We barely have writers. We don't know who's going to star in this thing. It's hard for me to make assumptions like this so accurately, but me personally, I'm kind of at this point where I'm like, I don't I think that's going to be the most messy thing about it, because it's like we had to take a script that was already established, already had characters in it. Skeet Ulrich revealed to us recently that this was supposed to be a 3-movie arc where, Sam Carpenter was going to have this whole thing about her having these killer instincts within. Where was that going to go in 7? Well, you guys have heard my theories. That can't happen. That can't happen now. That is an impossibility at this point. What do we do now? Are we going to try to just, somewhat attempt to save face and still have the same kind of like commentary that Scream 7 was going to originally have with Melissa Barrera, with Jenna Ortega, the core 4, the whole gang? Are we going to try to, push that into a brand new story with new characters that may or may not be a reboot? I don't know, man. Will that work? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it will. Because you're not building a story from the ground up. You're trying to take the story you had and make it work somewhere else, which that almost never works, man. Sometimes it does. Sometimes there's these miracles of storytelling where that does end up happening and does work. And hey, maybe this is one of those cases, but I just don't know. I don't know, man. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping that whatever Scream 7 ends up being, it's something worth our time. It's not something that we're talking about years down the line and saying, what the fuck was that? What was that, Scream? God, might as well have just shit in our eyeballs and called it Scream 7, Spyglass. I hope not. I really hope not. And honestly, something like this would be hilarious. I would be so down for that. Man, you gave us a crap review of the last movie? Well, now I'm going to kill you. I don't know. That would be fun. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. DJ plays favorites. Hi to all. Hello. Welcome in, DJ. Am I one of your favorites? If you're playing favorites, am I one of them? Because if not, I'm going to get real sad and you're going to see a grown man cry. Anyways, welcome in. Appreciate you. I screamed 3, dude. Screamed 2 and Screamed. 3 was the best in the whole entire franchise. I respect it, man. A lot of people love Scream 3. Scream 3 is probably the silliest one. You know what I mean? Scream 3 is easily the silliest one of the whole franchise. And I think that's why a lot of people like it. I don't know, just a little messy for me personally. Next Gen is saying, howdy Jake, I had an idea for a post-credit scene where Stu's alive, but it's actually Matt filming Scream 8. He goes home and is killed by Drew Barrymore. Wow, so are we bringing her back too? Is that what you're saying? Casey's alive? Casey and Stu are still alive out there in the world? And she's stabbing Stu. She's like a ghost face hunter now, something similar to that. I vibe with it, Next Gen. I want to hear this whole theory. Like I'm open ears to this. This is wild. Scott Royston has just gifted 5 Killjoy Jake memberships. Oh my God, Scott, I love you. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the support, dude. Let's read it. Let's read who got the members. Bearded Entertainment was just gifted a membership. DJ plays nope, never mind. DJ plays favorites is already a member. I like Scream and Ice Cream. Jess Wolfie's Wonderful World. What a name. I love that. Jess Wolfie's Wonderful World. Jess, if you're out there, say hey. I want to see that name pop up more times. Melissa and Yurdy G are all members now. Well, welcome. Sip up on that Kool-Aid. It's delicious. Thank you for being here, my friends. Appreciate you guys. And now all of you guys can see those crazy updates we were talking about. How about them apples? Love it. Love it, Scott. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Really means a lot to me. Hell yeah. Yeah. You know who I miss? You know who I miss seeing? For the love of rock. For the love of rock. I just like saying that during these streams. I miss that fella. If you're here, say hey. I miss you. What's your favorite Scream movie and Ghostface? I mean, one's always going to be the best in my opinion. Nothing tops that. Way too big of a hit for anything to top that. I'm kind of the opinion that no Scream sequel is going to top the original. I love it. It's a perfect film. It's one of the best horror movies of all time. It's great. What's my guilty pleasure Scream film though? That probably the one that I watch the most is 6 now. 6 is so much fun. I love it. Does it have problems? Sure. It absolutely does. But I think it is just such a fun movie. It's so over the top. It's crazy. It's gory too. It's gory. It's brutal. It's got the goofiness of Scream. It's got everything I love from the franchise all in one film. And then even at that point, it takes it a step farther, which is why I love it so much. I think the character work is even better than the previous film in Scream 6. I don't know, man. There's a lot to love in that one. It's great stuff. What's my favorite Ghostface though? I mean, do you beat Stu? You know what I mean? Who beats Stu? Stu is hilarious. I love him. I don't think once again, another Ghostface where I'm like, you're never going to top that. The Stu Mocker, man. 10 out of 10. the best killer in the whole franchise. And I like that his motive is a little more cryptic. We were talking about that earlier. I love cryptic movies. I love movies where not everything gets explained. It's just like, here's this random act of violence and there's just no way to explain it. I think that's something I always have a problem with Scream, right? Like, what are the things I'm always talking about? I'm like, oh my God, it's Billy's mom. Like, come on, that's no fun. Honestly, I feel like if Mrs. Loomis came out and didn't say who she was, I would like the movie better. Something that really kills movies for me is a bad explanation of what's happening. And I would rather there not be. I would rather there like just not be an explanation versus getting one that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like that works for me more. And some people have said like, oh, that's a cop out, Jake. That just doesn't work for me. I want an explanation. I think it's less scary when you get an explanation. You know what I mean? Why I like Stu so much is not just because of his performance, but all he has to offer when asked, like, what's your motive, Stu? Why are you doing this? Peer pressure. There's so much to read into there that I think is way more intriguing than just spelling out the whole reason why you're doing it. Because then the conversation's dead. There's nothing at that point. Movies are conversation starters, at least for me. You know what I mean? That's what I love so much about movies. Is that we can dive deeper into them. We can go on rants about them. This is a collective experience that we're all having, and we're all interpreting it in different ways. So the moment that you decide to write dialogue that just explains every facet of what's happening on screen, it loses something. It loses an edge to me, and that's something that I love about Matthew Lillard's character there, is that you have that ominous element to it. It's like, was he really peer pressured? Was he lying? Was he just losing too much blood and can't talk? There's so much to talk about there, man. God, I love it. DJ Plays Favorites is saying, give the mods a positive comment that brightens their day through the week. I absolutely love the mods on this page. So you guys like really make this this whole streaming thing so much easier. I'll tell you what, Denisha, really appreciate you. Sarah Campbell, I don't think she's here tonight, but very thankful. Like oh my God, I get some crazy comments sometimes from people, and I'm just like, wow, that must suck to have that much hate. That much suck to be brimming with hate all the time. You know what I mean? It makes me sad, honestly. And Denisha, Sarah, all the other mods out there, really appreciate you guys for always coming in and I trust you guys. You're always making things, keeping things good, keeping things level-headed. Makes me very happy. So Denisha, I hope you have a fantastic week. All the love to you. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Really do appreciate you. Blucka saying, just smoking my brain away. Hey, listen, man, you got to have a little fun, okay? And you know what? Here's my other thing, right? Everyone's always talking about, you smoke the wacky tobacco, you're going to lose brain cells. Listen, we live in a world where, like, the air we breathe is plastic and is probably actively killing us. So why not smoke a little weed, okay? God. Yeah, breathing right now, which we're all doing, every single person here is actively, breathing in microplastics. So why not get a little bit of that in there, Blucka? That's what I say. So don't worry. You're doing just fine. To all the kids out here, don't do drugs. Don't do that. It's bad. Michael Mins is saying, do a series on Scream, but do it on the build up to Marine, like some prequel type thing. What else is there to do with Marine Prescott, I guess is my question. You know what I mean? Like, what else could you possibly say about this character that hasn't already been explained in one of the movies? Like, I think the only thing that they could possibly do is like just actually show it, or maybe like rewrite history, I hate to say it, but I kind of be into that. I'm not like over the moon about the explanation in Scream 3. So I don't know, man. I'd be kind of into, kind of rewriting history, doing something like that, but I feel like fans of 3 would revolt. So that would be what I would want to do with that. But I think people would be like, nope, not into that. Not into that, dog. I don't know. I guess I'm a little more concerned with the future than what's already been established when it comes to the Scream franchise. But I have seen a lot of people do videos like that, which I think is really cool. Scott Royston is saying, you've heard mixed things about Skinamarink. Skinamarink is a movie that's absolutely not for everybody. I think some people love it, some people hate it. There's really no in between with it. It is a movie that you gotta take your time with it. It's a slow burn. Not a whole lot happens, and that's the point. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of it, is that not a whole lot happens, that it's not going to show you a lot. But that's where the horror comes from. If you can buy into that, if you can let that movie happen to you, I think that's the best way I've heard it described. Like, you got to let Skinamarink happen to you. If you try to, overthink it, try to be like, why can't I see the characters? Like, this sucks, man. It's not conventional. It's very experimental. I don't know if that's your bag. you'll dig it. But if you're more like, I'm more of a straightforward horror kind of person, you like slashers more than you like the weirder stuff. This is more of like, Skinamarink is more of like an A24 movie where it's very experimental with the way it's shot, with the way it progresses its story. Like, there's an entire sequence of that movie where the story progresses via something that's shown to you on a TV. And that's how you find out that we're moving from point A to point B. That's weird. It's a weird thing to do. I missed it the first time too. I'll admit, like, honest to God, I didn't get the first time I watched the movie. I'm like, that was terrifying, but I don't think I got the whole story. I saw it again and I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. I see what they're doing there. It is, I would say it's a multiple watch kind of movie. Like, you got to see it a couple times. I also think it's a movie you should watch alone in your room, dark, turn off all the lights, let that movie happen to you. I had a great experience with it. It terrified me. I think the ending shot of that movie is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. But once again, it's just not for everybody. So if you can't just let yourself sink into that movie, it's not going to work for you. But I love it. I think it's a really interesting movie. Is it one that I'm going to watch a million more times in my life? No, I gave it like a 7 out of 10 for that reason. But I really like it. And I think it's one of those movies where there's nothing else like it. Like, it's just it's an original. It's an original. Nothing else is quite like Skinamarink. And it's interesting for that reason. I have a lot of respect for Kyle Edward Ball. I have no idea where he goes next, by the way, with his career. What the fuck is that guy going to do next after that? I'm here for it, whatever it is. If it's more of a conventional movie or not, I'll watch it. I'm there day one. Run it up. Sky Gene movie news and reviews. What's up, dog? All we really need is a Halloween reboot where Laurie Strode's character is killed off like the opening scene of Scream. Dog, we got that already and fans almost revolted. Halloween Resurrection, dog. I don't know. I feel like that's a mistake the Halloween franchise is not willing to make again. Or at least Miramax won't make again. Because, we got that series coming from them soon. I wonder what that's going to be all about. Really, really curious about that. New Halloween series is potentially in the works. How do we feel about that? Are we sick of Halloween at this point? We've gotten 3 movies in the last 6 years or so. Are we kind of done? Are we just ready to give Michael a break for a little while? He gets to hang out in the sewer for a bit. Maybe Corey Cunningham will rip his mask off like a punk. Is that where Michael needs to be for a little while? I don't know. I guess I'm a little Michael'd out myself, but I can never get enough Halloween, man. I love those movies to death. And personally, of those last 3, 2 of them are bangers in my opinion. Like, absolutely towards the top of my list. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Oh, it's For the Love of Rock here? Did I miss them? I hear someone talking about them. Wait, I'm scrolling back up. This is worth it. Yeah! I work while you are on, so I mostly listen. I did ask a comment earlier, but you sort of answered it. I'm so sorry For the Love of Rock. I try to get to every comment, but sometimes, I just miss them. I try to get to everything. I also really try to get to the members too. You know what I mean? Like, they're throwing money at me. I appreciate that. It means a whole lot. But For the Love of Rock, I love your name so much, and I appreciate that you listen to me at work too. I hope all the people you work with are just so annoyed by me. I really hope so. I think that'd be really funny. but regardless, thank you for being here, my friend. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. Crafty Dale is saying, are you live right now? I finally made it. Hell yeah, Crafty. Oh, Crafty Dale. I'm so sorry. Crafty Dale. What's up, Crafty Dale? I'm assuming you're crafty. Do it yourself is in your name. Ooh, what do you make, Dale? What do you do yourself? I'm so curious. You got to leave me something about it. I'm so curious. I got to know. Thanks for being here, Crafty Dale. Appreciate you, man. Locked has been a member for 10 months. Oh my God, Locked. Thank you for your support, my friend. Really appreciate that. Think we need more characters like Kirby Reed. She's self-established, not related to a past character when she was introduced. She's a fan favorite. Happy streaming, Jake. Thank you, Locked. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I think that's kind of a big reason why people like Kirby Reed so much is she is like kind of a brand new character in the franchise, at least, where she started. She is a Randy, you know what I mean? She's definitely a Randy-esque character, but I did a whole video breaking down why Kirby works as a new Randy where Mindy doesn't. They tried to do something similar with Mindy. Like, she's similar to Kirby, but not the same. Kirby works, though, in my opinion, because she still has the Randy-isms of being paranoid about being in a horror movie where Mindy does not. And I think that's why she doesn't work for a lot of people. Mindy has like the setup to the Randy, right? She has the whole like, oh my God, like this is happening and now we're in a requel. We're in a requel sequel. You know, she has those moments, but it doesn't go anywhere. She's cut out of the third act. You know what I mean? She's cut out of a lot of the movie for whatever reason. I don't even know. And something I pointed out at the very beginning of Scream 6, the way that we're introduced to Mindy Meeks Martin is already a deflection of any character growth or any new direction for the character. She's asked like, "Oh, are you bugged by a ghost face mask in public?" And she's like, "Nah." And that's the entire reason that scene exists in Scream 6. It doesn't make sense. It's like saying no in improv. You got to say yes and. And that's the problem. There's no yes and with Mindy's character, which is why she's just not as interesting. It's a shame. I think Jasmine Savoy Brown is an excellent actress too. It's a meager writing element to her that I just feel like they haven't taken that next step. You know what I mean? They always give you the setup. They always give you the setup to she knows a lot about movies. She has the credentials. She has the ethos, but she doesn't follow up with it. I want to see, like, honest to God, I pitched this in a video a long time ago, but I want to see Mindy like freaking the fuck out. Like, I want to see Mindy like losing her mind over this situation. And like, if she comes back, which I think is unlikely, I want her to come back. Hot take. I think Jasmine Savoy Brown is an excellent actress. She just hasn't had a whole lot to work with in the Scream movies. I want to see her come back, and I want to see her, like, honestly be the star of the show. They were able to do that with Melissa Barrera. A lot of people weren't crazy about her in Scream 5. I really think Mindy deserves a comeback. I think she does. I think she could be a good character if they just handle her character slightly differently, just a little differently. Maybe a little less confidence, more on the edge of, like, paranoia. And then, you know, by the time the triumphant ending comes, that's where the confidence comes back. She's like, yes, I knew we could do that the whole time. Ha-ha. See, that would be funny because then she'd be freaking out the whole movie. Oh my God, like we're all gonna die, and then, you know, they're fine. Like that would be fun. That would be funny. That would be a funny payoff for it. But sorry, getting back to this though, Kirby is a great character for that reason. You know, she has a very similar path to Randy. It's not the same thing though, which is what makes it her own character, which is what makes her interesting. I want to see the same thing happen with Mindy in a future film though. I think they can still do that. Because she has good moments, man. Mindy's got some good moments, but they just never follow through with the paranoia element, which is so important. I mean, why, like, what's one of the most famous scenes from the original Scream? Everybody's a suspect. You know what I mean? Like, that's so funny because it's Randy freaking out. He's like, I'm in one of the movies that I love. This is not good. This is not that you need to have that element or all that magic, all that fun is gone. And I get it. You want to avoid making the same character twice. I think that's why that approach was established. I get that. I do get that. But sometimes there's just the right approach and an approach that doesn't work. Sometimes. You know, not all the time, but sometimes that's just how it works. Magic mushrooms? Who's got them? Who's dealing? I'm just kidding. Just messing with you. Olaf the Snowman, what's up, dog? I'm here. You can go ahead and start now, Jake. Olaf has arrived. You know what? Just forget about the last hour. Just forget it even happened. I'm so glad you're here, Olaf. I hope you're not melting. It is getting warmer outside. So, hope you're doing okay. I hope you found a refrigerator to hang out in for the next, 6 months. But welcome in, dog. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Jackson just said, how do I get the thing next to my name? I bought the subscription to support. Thank you so much, Jackson. I appreciate that. Let me ask you something. Are you watching this on my second page or my main page? Because if you watch it on my main page, the thing will pop up. If you're watching it on my second page, it might not, which is weird. I don't know why it does that. But if you come over to the main page where I'm also streaming, the thing will pop up. If you wonder why I stream on both pages, by the way, because why not? Why the heck not? So yeah, come on over to the main page, dog, and hopefully it'll pop up. Which is just Killjoy Jake. Like, you might be watching on Killjoy Jake too. So, I don't know. Not 100%. Just my guess. Blucka saying horror needs to step it up. Try kill scenes filmed in the style of Kingsman or John Wick. So like action sequence, action sequences in horror. I'm here for it. Upgrade's very similar to that. Got something going like that. Blucka, I think we've talked about that movie though. I think you'd like that one, right? Maybe. That's a really fun movie, man. It's a really fun movie. It's brutal. It's got a little bit of gore, you know, and then it's got those action sequences which are sick. So that's a good movie, man. Really fun. Infinite Sky is saying Scream actually remains a good franchise because they like making fun of that aspect. Yes, they don't take themselves too seriously, which is nice. Paula is asking who would you like to see direct Scream 7? Jamie Blanks is at the top of the tippy top of my list, who directed Urban Legend and Valentine. That escapes me. I love those movies to death. I think they're my favorite, like, Scream-inspired slashers, you know, from that era, from like the late thousands to the late 90s to the early thousands. Those are my favorites. Like, I think those are the ones to capture that same energy of Scream the best. I do really like I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I just feel like Urban Legend, Valentine, these movies are really well written. I really like the twists in these movies. Maybe just ever so slightly better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think I Know What You Did Last Summer has a better cast than those other two movies. So if that's like, I know that's a big reason why a lot of people like this era. A lot of very popular contenders, a lot of popular actors, actresses where, you know, going back to like the 80s era, Friday the 13th movies didn't usually have a whole lot of big stars in them. It was just kind of whatever bodies they could throw at Jason to slice up, right? It didn't matter who it was. Now Scream comes out, it's got a bunch of big stars in it, but it's a slasher movie. It's like, ooh, this is new. This is different. This is fun. It's cool. Makes it a fun little flick. I don't know, man. I think Urban Legend, you know, the writing, the kills, the cast, all great across the board. Same thing with Valentine. Love the twists in both of those movies. We need something like that in Scream. And Scott's asking a really good question, good follow-up question. Does Jamie still direct? Hasn't in a while. Hasn't done anything recently. But I honestly think a big part of that is because his last two movies were like, I think direct to, I don't even think they had big theatrical releases. I think he just kind of like, I don't want to say he fell off. You know what I mean? I don't want to say he fell off. I just think like he had two movies that just didn't do very well. And now he's just hanging out. Maybe he's just riding, you know, he's just doing his thing. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with vibing out, man. But I think if anybody can save Scream 7, Jamie Blanks is the man. I mean, dude put out some killer movies with some killer twists. And they're well directed too. You watch these movies again, it's like, wow, the character work is really well done. So I don't know. I'm here for it. Personally, that's who I think would be the best choice. There's a lot of rumored directors too. Like I remember someone was talking about Robert Rodriguez is going to direct Scream 7. That's not happening. Like, is Spielberg going to direct Scream 7? No. Is Quentin Tarantino going to direct Scream 7? Absolutely not. So I don't know, man. I don't think we're going to get a huge director like that, but someone like Jamie Blanks, who, you know, hasn't worked in a little while, maybe he comes in to save this movie. He hasn't done it. You know, like I said, going back to that, I feel like that's a good argument for why he would do it, is because he hasn't worked on anything in a while. Maybe he needs a big win. And even if Scream 7 is a stinker, he's still directing it. You know what I mean? He's still working on a big movie like that. I don't know. I think that could absolutely happen. Jamie, if you're out there, man, I know there's some bad juju with Scream 7, but for the fans, it would be really cool if you were able to make that happen. Be really cool. I don't think he's out there. I think he's probably doing literally anything else. But if Jamie Blanks is out there, if someone could get a word to him, just be like, hey man, hit up Spyglass. See what they're up to. He's great, man. I really love his films. Awesome director. Richard B, what's up, dog? How's it going? I have a feeling there's going to be some elements of Jason Goes to Hell in T3. I think Art is going to get into Jonathan Spy. Whew, man. How do you mean, Richard? No, I'm fucking with you. I know what you mean. Honestly, I concur, but not in the gross way that all of you are thinking. No, I do think that you're onto something here. Something I've been theorizing for a while is that after the events of Terrifier 2, don't forget, Jonathan lost his fingies, okay? What was Art doing? He was nibbling. He was having a snack, eating some fingers, as you do as a sadistic, evil murder clown. You'll remember that at the ending of Terrifier 1, Vicky got her face eaten by Art the Clown before, well, Art, you know, unalived himself, as you have to say on YouTube. What happened to her? She turned into a demonic clown entity that gave birth to Art's head. And before that, you know, if you don't believe me, if you just want to say, oh, it was just a past victim, you know, whatever. That's how they were able to do that. She's writing on the wall in blood, Art plus Vicky with a little heart around it. She's in love with them. Usually when a guy eats your face, you're not in love with him. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know, I don't know. That's a whole path we could go down, but we're not going to do that. Point being, I think there's I think Art the Clown, whatever he is, whatever he's infected by, is some kind of virus, some kind of disease. I think it's from hell, which I know isn't. I know, crazy, right? I sound like a madman, but there's so much biblical imagery in Terrifier 2. I'm like, there's something going on here. What happens to Sienna when she's fighting Art the Clown? She gets cast into like another layer of hell. It looks, the Clown Cafe sequence where she goes down there and like her wound gets healed. It looks like she's going into hell, man. Something's going on here, man. Something strange. I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, and I think the same thing is going to happen to Jonathan, I guess is my point, because he got his fingies bitten off. He's infected with something, man. I think he's going full clown on us in this new movie. And interestingly enough, we haven't gotten any set photos with Elliot Fulham. Dude's just been posting on his social media like nothing's going on, like he's not filming a sequel to one of the biggest indie horror movies right now. What's up with that? I smell something that stinks. Something stinks about this, ladies and gentlemen. We got pictures with David Howard Thornton. We got pictures with Lauren Lavera. I think we even had a Chris Jericho picture in there. Don't quote me on that. I don't think we did. Point being, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Something's happening, and I don't like it. Actually, I do like it. It's pretty cool. But I'm telling you, I'm onto something here. So I 100% agree, Richard. I think that by the time the credits roll on Terrifier 3, Jonathan is not going to be, he's going to be playing for the other side. Let's say that. It's going to be putting on black and white makeup to look like a clown. It's my guess, at least. Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? The Ghostbusters, which if you guys are interested in watching Ghostbusters with old Jake, we're doing that at 7 o'clock on Friday, 7 Eastern, of course. Make sure to stop by, watch Ghostbusters with us, because we're all super hyped for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, right? I'm trying to build up some hype for this movie because I don't know how many other people out there are hyped for it. I'm very excited, though. I think it's going to be very good. Honest to God, I haven't been very excited for blockbusters lately. I've been either disappointed by them or thought that they were just too nonsensical one way or the other. I don't know, man. I got some good vibes about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I know a lot of good things about it. I've heard some pretty good behind the scenes stuff. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a really fun release. So we're going to watch maybe Ghostbusters 2 next week. And then Afterlife. I'm still not 100% sure. You know, depends on the turnout for this week, if we do another Ghostbusters film or not. Because that's a little, I don't talk about that one as much. We've done Scream, we've done Texas Chainsaw. I knew those were going to get some views. Ghostbusters, though, this is a weirder one. So we might shift gears after this week, but it all depends on the turnout. So come on out, watch Ghostbusters with old Jake on Friday, or don't, and make me cry. One or the other. Gonna make a grown man cry. God. Michael McCormick is saying, if you had to guess a way to stop Art the Clown, what would it be? You know what? That's a great question, Michael, because that's the one thing I feel like I don't have figured out. Honest to God, that's the one thing I don't got. I think I know what Art the Clown is at this point. I think I know like his background. I think he really was a clown at one point. And just got somehow opened a portal to hell. That's genuine. I genuinely believe that somehow that happened. But I don't know. I really don't know how to stop the guy. Because, here's the thing. I think the source to it, I think genuinely the source to stopping Art the Clown lies with the little pale girl. Like, I think that Art the Clown is a drone that the little pale girl is somehow controlling. I genuinely think she's like the devil or something along those lines. Watch Terrifier 2 again and really consider their relationship, like how they interact with each other. Who's directing who? You know what I mean? Who's working with who? Who's working for who? And keep that in mind when you're watching those scenes with those two together, and you'll notice, like, it's like, oh, almost feels like Art the Clown is following her lead opposed to the other way around. It's something I've noticed on multiple rewatches, and I'm like, oh, something's going on there. So I think genuinely the way to stopping him is stopping the little pale girl, whoever she is, maybe the devil. I know, listen, I sound crazy now, but I'm on to something. I don't think I'm 100% right. Genuinely, I don't think I'm 100%. I think I'm very close, though. I think I'm 90% there. I don't think I have it all, but we're getting there, man. What else do we got? we're talking about, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I have not seen the first Dune in a long, like, since it came out, so I really can't talk about Dune 2 yet. I really want to watch, I want to watch the original Dune again, and then go see Dune 2, because, like, I'm hearing so many good things about it, and I'm just like, man, that original Dune was just not, I like, barely got through it the first time. Not the original Dune, like the latest one from a couple years ago. I don't know, just was not for me. I tried to get into it. It was just, I just felt like nothing happened, you know? Like, it just felt like a very long movie with one really cool scene right smack dab in the middle. I was like, okay, that was cool, but I don't know. Was it worth all that? I don't know, man. Really wasn't vibing with it. I'm considering giving it another run and then watching Dune 2, but that's a lot. That's a commitment, man. These are long movies. So I do want to check it out. I want to watch Dune 2. Obviously I don't have an opinion on that one. I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it. Want to check it out. I want to see what's going on, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated, because I really want to like these movies. So many people have talked nothing but love about them, and I could not get into that first one, man. I like slow burns too. I like slow movies. I really do. I like when you have a slow movie that builds up to something crazy right at the end. Hereditary is one of my favorite horror movies, like, ever. Great example of that. I just felt like Dune was just a slow movie with gorgeous shots. That's all it was for me personally, but I want to give it another shot. So I want to give it another chance. I've only really watched it once. Like, I tried to watch it the first time, and then I was just like, okay, I'm falling asleep. Like, I'm turning this off. Tried it again. I got through it, and I was like, I don't know what was going on there, man. A lot of sand, lots of worms. You did the Dune double bill last Friday, which included the premiere of Dune 2, and loved both. And this is another thing I've heard. I've heard that, like, Dune, the first Dune is like chapter 1, Dune 2 is like the second chapter. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to, they're like, it's going to be like one long movie once you have all of them. I've never read the books. I've never seen the original movie. But that's from what I know, like, you kind of got to watch Dune 1 is like, this is like the first act of a long story. So I don't know. That's just a lot. That's a commitment, man. I mean, after Marvel, after everything that happened there, like, is anybody out here rewatching the Infinity Saga? Like, all of those movies? What is it, like 20 something movies? That's a lot of movies, man. It's a commitment. Like, I can do a trilogy. You know what I mean? I can do like 3 movies that are 90 minutes in a couple of sittings. I can do a TV show over a long period of time, but that's just a lot. It's a big commitment. I like long movies, man, but whew, it's a lot. I feel like I would appreciate the Dune movies after they're all out too. That's another thing. I feel like I feel like I'm not going to be able to grasp the whole thing of it until I've seen until everything's out. So no shade to Dune fans, by the way. I'm not trying to shit on it. It's just, some things just aren't for me. Some things are, there are things that people love that I'm just not as crazy about. So, and that's okay. Zach Lantern is saying, when I become an adult, I want to make a remake of London After Midnight, and who would I need to buy the rights from? It's lost footage. I've never seen London After Midnight, dude. I don't know. Make some phone calls. Find an estate. I couldn't tell you. Garrett Peck is saying, as it happens, I'm an actor. I'm glad if I have a name similar to a famous actor. It's one of Gregory Peck's qualities. Wow. Yeah. You're real you're real close to that. Almost the same thing. What do you know? Jackson, did you buy the subscription on Patreon or through YouTube? Because if you bought it through Patreon, it's not going to show up during the streams. But if you bought it through YouTube, it'll pop up too. So I'm not 100% sure, my guy. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's not showing up. Bluck is saying Marvel has some real stinkers. Yeah. In the first 3 phases, but then phase 4 said, hold my drink, and never looked back. You're not wrong. Dude, the Thor movies are bad. Like, I'm sorry. Most of the Thor movies are not good. I think the third one, like Ragnarok, is like, okay, that was fun. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed that. But the first 2, wow. Like, try to rewatch those. Whew, those are rough. Winter Soldier is great. Very underrated. I think Civil War is really cool. I think all the Captain America movies are good. Hot take. Like, some people hate that first one. I really like it. I think it's fun. The Iron Man movies are mostly good. 2 is, rough. 3 is just okay. But that first Iron Man's so good. I'm trying to think what else is like really worth your time from Marvel. I think the Ant-Man movies are fine. Like, they're fine, but I enjoy them. Paul Rudd is so magnetic. It's just like, I can't help but like them. The scripts might not be like the best thing I've ever, watched in my life. It's a little generic. It's a little, very similar to Iron Man. But I think the character of Ant-Man, Paul Rudd's character in those movies, is really interesting. I really like his character. So, I don't know. I like the Infinity Saga. It's fun. Where we are now with Marvel is rough, but every now and then you get something good from them, though. So like I really liked Guardians 3. Guardians 3 was a lot of fun. Made me cry. That was a very, very cool movie. But I don't know. It's tough to say. Marvel is very all over the place these days, and I'm hoping for a win, man. Fantastic Four, that cast just got announced. Really good stuff. Holy shit. The guy from The Bear, Cousin Richie, is going to be the Thing. What? Like, oh, dude, I'm hyped for that, man. That's going to be cool. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, man, because I think Marvel has mostly disappointed me lately, but I used to love them so much. So that's why I'm like, I really hope to see, I really hope to see them get a win, man. I want some more good superhero movies, but they got to be good, stuff. Blue Beetle is what I really liked. I really liked Blue Beetle. That was really fun. Is it just Iron Man, but slightly different? Yes, but I really liked it. It was really good. Really fun movie. Maybe it's because I've been so disappointed by other superhero movies lately. That's why I liked that one so much. But man, tell you what, that was one that people were pretty 50-50 on. I really enjoyed it. I thought that was a good one. That was one to watch. I meant to watch Aquaman 2 yesterday, just because I just want to be able to say I've seen every James Wan film. I don't think it's going to be good, but I want to watch it. I'm interested. I'm interested in Aquaman 2. I just want to see. I want to see it for James Wan. I'm gonna be honest. And Patrick Wilson and Jason Momoa. But that's it. That's the only reason I want to see it. You're saying Blue Beetle was literally Ant-Man retold with a beetle, but it was cool. It was funny. It was good enough. I'm not saying it was groundbreaking. I'm just saying out of the last 5 years of superhero movies, this was one that stood out. Not a whole lot have. I'm gonna be honest. The Flash was so weird. It was almost like distasteful. Like the Flash was like distasteful for me. There's so much shit going on at the end of that where I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like there was multiple scenes in a like one scene after another where I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like this is not a real movie. What is going on here, man? Oh, that was rough. But I don't know, man. There's been a few here and there where I was like, okay, cool, hell yeah. Noah Atkinson is saying Jake, Deadpool, and Wolverine is going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe thanks to Marvel Studios. It's the #1 most anticipated movie of the year. I love the first two Deadpool movies. I think they're a lot of fun. The first one, I think, is just really well done. The second one's good. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's not as good as the first one, but I really like that first Deadpool. It's written so well. Like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know about this one, man. I'm very on the fence. I think the trailer has me hyped. I'm excited, but there's just a lot of things about it. A lot of things about this production that had me worried, giving me a bad vibe. I think the biggest thing about it is just the fact that it's now under the Disney umbrella, like 100%. So I'm worried that it's going to be a little more watered down. We have Deadpool saying things like what was it? It's like, you big meanie or something. I can't remember. That's not what he says, but it was something along those lines where I'm like, oh, Deadpool feels censored now. And I don't know how I feel about that. I think that like a big joke of Deadpool of this one is that like Deadpool's not going to be censored. Like, I'm in Disney and I'm still saying fuck, but I feel like it's mostly going to still be censored. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those jokes that falls on its own head. And I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong by the time this thing comes out and it's like, oh, that was actually really cool. But I don't know. Well, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Noah, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I really hope it commits to the bit. Because this could be a real hit, man. This could be a real hit if this is something really, really raunchy and out there. But we'll just have to see. Michael McCormick is saying, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Saw 11 movie? Is it a franchise that's getting stale, or do you think they can add more? I thought after Jigsaw that this was a franchise that was getting stale. It was like, man, they're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Is it getting stale? I would say no at this point. I think after Saw X, I'm like, okay, there's clearly a story to tell here. And I think if they build off of Cecilia as a new antagonist, That's interesting. That's a really interesting side story to tell. They got to treat it like a side quest, though. You know what I mean? Like, they can't treat this like this is going to affect the main story. I don't want it to. I don't want it to be that big of a story. We've told the main story. Here's a side quest with John Kramer that we just didn't know about until now. I think that's fun. I'm excited to see where that goes in 11 and maybe even a 12. But we'll see. I really think after 12 that might be time to call it quits. But right now, I'm here for it. I'm here for this story. I'm really excited. I love Tobin Bell. He's amazing. It's great stuff. And for those saying, I hear your comments. I hear you about the pegging joke. But man, that's not. Let me ask you this. How many old people know what pegging is? How many know that? You know what I mean? That's a joke that you can get away with. This isn't Deadpool saying, fuck you piece of shit, you donkey fart. You know what I mean? This is what he usually sounds like, and I'm just not hearing that in the trailer, man. Like, I feel like you can get away with that under the Disney umbrella, but how far is he gonna go? You know, how far is Deadpool gonna go in this movie? I hope so. I hope he goes far. I hope he pushes that envelope. But if this is any bit censored, it is gonna fall flat. I promise you. Any bit of Deadpool not being able to say what Deadpool would actually say in the moment, it's gonna fall flat. And that's what I'm worried about. You can get away with the pegging joke, man. You can't get away with, him just like ripping on Disney to death, which I hope he does. In my opinion, they got to do that. If they're not making fun of Disney the whole time, then the movie has been censored. That's where I'm at with it. I have lots of things to say about the Disney Corporation. That damn mouse. What's he doing? What's that goofball doing? Yeah, you feel like Deadpool saying Big Meanie is kind of peak Deadpool? But I don't know, man. I think that Deadpool has some crazy one-liners, man. And like, that's what I want. I want him saying some crazy bullshit that it's like, who says that? What? That's insane. That's what I love about him. That's what draws me to the character. He's so chaotic. He is chaotic neutral. He's the most chaotic neutral character ever. He's gonna say whatever the fuck he wants. He's the merc with a mouth. You can't censor that guy. You take away the mouth from the merc and it's not Deadpool anymore. Remember that Wolverine movie where he doesn't have a mouth? That sucked, man. That's not Deadpool. I'll die on that hill. I want to hear him swearing. I want to hear him saying the worst shit you've ever heard in your life, or else it's not Deadpool. And that's kind of part of my problem with Deadpool too. It was just like they try to have this thing where it's like, oh, Deadpool's trying to be PC now, and I'm like, Deadpool's not PC, dude. That's not the character. So I don't know. I really like Deadpool 2. It's very fun. Very, very, very good movie. But that first one, nothing tops it. We'll see though. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Deadpool 3 fucking rocks, but I got my reservations. We'll see. They had to give you a tame trailer. It was for the Super Bowl. But that's what worries me, man. It's like, well, but this is for Disney now, so it's got to be tame. You know what I mean? This isn't licensed by Fox or licensed, whatever the fuck. Whatever the Fred Savage joke was from the Once Upon a Time in Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so worried they're going to censor it. I'm going to get off my fucking soapbox, but I'm so worried about that. Billy Jennings is saying, I think Disney knows they need this movie to be great, so I think they're going to let him loose. I hope so. Billy, I hope you're right. God damn, I hope you're right, dude. We'll just see, Billy. Deegan is saying Deadpool and Wolverine, Terrifier 3, Sonic 3 are your most anticipated movies of the year. Hoping all are fantastic. I hope so too, Deegan. I'm looking forward to all of these. Sonic 2 was really fun, man. I really like the Sonic movies. I hope Sonic 3 is even better. This might be Jim Carrey's last performance too. We've heard that he might be done after Sonic 3, and that makes me really sad. Jim Carrey's, like, in my opinion, one of the best comedians just ever. Nobody has that dude's energy. He's so talented. He's so funny. It's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a shame to just see him walk away from it all. But I get it. I get it at the same time. There's that interview where he's talking about, like, that might be it for me. You know, I've done enough. Like, I have enough under my belt, and I agree. I agree with him. I think Jim Carrey has done enough to the point where he can retire. But I'm selfish and I want more. I want more Jim Carrey comedies, but we're in this day and age where comedy films just don't do well anymore, man. It sucks. It makes me sad. I miss comedies. I miss the thousands, Thousands were a good time for all this shit. What else is going on out there? Billy Jennings is saying, what's up, everyone? Hope all is having a great night. Billy, hell yeah, dog. I hope everyone else is having a great night, too. I'm having a great night. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I got to go to bed. I'm sweaty. I'm tired. I got an update video to make for tomorrow morning. We got a lot going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning I'll have an update video regarding a bunch of stuff that happened today. Oh my God, it's been crazy week for news, like all around. From the Terrifier 3 updates to just about everything else that got announced. Woo! Lots to talk about. So check that out tomorrow. On Friday morning, I'll have a review of Imaginary, which I don't know if I'm excited for or not. I've got some very mixed feelings. We had a new picture come out from it today that kind of has me excited. Some cool practical effects that have been teased in this new Blumhouse picture, but will it be good? Question remains. In 24 hours, I will be watching the film, so I'm very excited for that. Check out my review tomorrow morning, or 2 mornings from now. And then Friday night, we're watching Ghostbusters. So stop on by, watch Ghostbusters with us for the highly anticipated Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which comes out in just a couple of weeks on March 22nd, I believe. So check that out. Come to the watch party. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Thank you so much for listening to my bullshit tonight. It means a whole lot. Thanks for all the members. Thanks for all the support, the super chats. You guys are the best. Absolutely love you dudes. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.